Welcome to my channel, Wig Fashion Fiesta. Today, I'm going to get into a discussion on what makes a wig look fake. Come with me and I will share. Okay, what makes the wig look fake? Number one, to me, is the part. The way they used to make wigs many, many years ago was you only had one part. Today, they have what you call monofilament top, and I'll show you the construction in the cap, where you have the flexibility of parting at the top of your head, on the side, wherever you want. But for those wigs that you can still purchase today, some of them you do not have a choice. It's just one part. And let me show you a magnificent human hair wig that is gorgeous, beautiful fibers. This is human hair, and this cost me less than $25 and included the shipping. The reason it was so inexpensive was because construction of the cap. It's very stretchable. If you are somewhat talented in working around some of these challenges with the cap construction and being too stretchy, then you would have no problem getting a human hair wig for less than $25. But let's get back to the part. Even on this beautiful, human hair wig, they have just one part. You see right here? You have no flexibility. It always will be that way. And what I did in my review of this particular wig, I basically was showing how I style it, where I bring some of the fibers up here, and I have like a scrunchie, or I have a clip, and that kind of softens that definite look of that one part, because the one part really makes your wig look fake. All right. Number two is a discussion on density. Density is like fullness. Now, remind everyone that we're all very unique and very, very different. I have a very broad face. So therefore, if I was going to increase volume of my wigs, it would just make me even look bigger. Whereas I prefer my wigs to be just like my own natural hair, biological hair when I style it. And that is to be basically flat going down. But for those of you that may be petite, or may have very, very narrow features in the shape of your face, you might like to have more density. And so you having more volume, you might like that. But it all depends. With me, I look like I'm wearing a wig when I actually get those wigs that are such a high volume. And also, some manufacturers will tell you the percentage of the density. This particular one probably is around 120%, but they can go up to as full as 200%. So just be mindful of the density, because too much volume, it looks fake. Only one part, it looks fake. Okay? So now I want to share with you also, sometimes the synthetic fibers look awfully shiny, right? Now, in another video, I share with you how to mute down that really shiny fiber. And when you get your wig, make sure you go outside, because you'll see that outside in the sun, your wig just looks almost like a totally different color than when you're inside. So that's important. But the really shiny types of wigs, they look fake. They look like a wig. However, you have to remember the heat-friendly fibers, because synthetic fibers, you can get it in heat-friendly, meaning that you can use your curling iron to style it, versus the non-heat-friendly fibers, meaning that you cannot use a curling iron to style it. The non-heat-friendly fibers that you cannot use a curling iron to style it, those are the synthetic fibers that tend to be very, very shiny. And I think the reason is because, just think about it. If you were a wig manufacturer and you're developing a heat-friendly type of fiber, that curling iron is going to be on that fiber lots of times in trying to create curls and all sorts of things. Now the colors with all of your synthetic wigs remain the same. Now the biological fibers, if you buy a wig with biological or human hair fibers, you can change the color. But on the synthetic wigs, no. You must keep the color as it arrives, as it comes. And so if you really don't like the really shiny look, and if you don't want to bother with putting some of these powders on to kind of soften down the color, well, then I would suggest that you always look for the heat-friendly types of synthetic fibers. That way they would be a lot more muted and they won't be so shiny. So that shares with you what looks fake. And in today's market, things look, we have such a wonderful choice. However, what I do want to share with you, because when you get into the monofilament top, when you get into the lace fronts, they tend to be a lot more expensive than wigs that do not have that. For instance, this does not have a lace front. Now, if you buy wigs without a lace front, and if they have bangs, or if you want to cut some of the fibers to big bangs, this kind of really covers and softens this whole area. Most of my wigs are lace front. However, there is one company, and in my next video I will share with you, they make both. They make lace front, but they also make wigs like this. And I love this company. I think they're the best one out there. They're a mother-daughter team out of California, and I think they really have top quality wigs for the price. And if you prefer wigs without the lace front, you just don't want to be bothered because the lace front after many wears, and in another video I'll explain what you can do to counter it, but the lace tends to lift up. So it's a lot more delicate fabric, and you really have to be mindful of that. But my next video, again, I'll get into the very best company and show you some of their wigs that are not lace front, but they're spectacular. They're wonderful wigs. Have a great day.